Hello guys, good morning and welcome to benzblog. And today we're going to talk about the continuations of our topic. It's all about the basic program of 6110 MK3. This is version 2.4, which is now we're going to talk about the analog input. Okay, which what you mean by analog input? This is what we call sensor. Okay, so this is measurable by your sensor. Okay, it will give in you the feedback, which is measure the temperature or the pressure of your engine. Okay, you can install it also from your temperature of your alternator or the bearing side, the turbo. You can install, which is applicable on your generator. Okay, let's talk about that and let's go to our topic. Okay, so let's start it. Okay guys, let's start to our configurations, and now we're going to open up the DSE applications and then straight ahead to our uh, analog input. Okay, so in here as analog input, you have already installed program from the DSE side. Okay, so if in order to avoid the conflict of doing the program or the wiring, you should follow this here. So from A we have the oil sensor, and from B we have the temperatures, and the analog C we have the fuel sensor, but it is changeable. If you want to change it, you can select from here. So make sure that you understand if you are changing. For example, in the digital input, you're going to use this one as a digital input, so it will always refer to the digital input. Okay, so we have extra flexible sensor. For example, this is only one, so it's in analog D. Okay, so in here you can install whatever the options necessary to you. Okay, so for example, I will give you an example. So in here it's analog D, so I will explain it to you later when we scroll it, so you can see exactly where we can do the program. Okay, so just next. So here, okay, so this is the D. For example, you're going to install winding temperature sensor. Okay, so you have to change this one, put this one as a winding. Okay, winding temperature sensor. Okay, sensor. So this is the name of your sensor. Okay, so how we're going to activate that one? So first thing, you have to know what kind of sensor you're going to install. Okay, make sure that it is here in the DSE selections. Okay, for example, since we are going to install the temperature, winding temperature, so you are going to search here if your sensor is in the resistive or current type or voltage type. Okay, so for example, you have the voltage type. You can also hear like the percentage the pressure or the temperature. Okay, and the current also we have the percentage, the pressure, and the temperature. Okay, since we are installing the resistive, so you go ahead and we are go from the temperature because we are installing the winding temperature sensor. So in here you can select what kind of sensor you have, which is you can apply it from here. Here we have the selections. We 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So if it is not include your sensor here, just edit the graph and follow the instructions of your sensor so it will match to your program. Because if it is not, if or your program is mistakenly installed or you're mistakenly edit the graph, so the result is wrong. Okay, for example, we have here the temperature, winding temperature. We are using the PT100, so just do it like that. If you want to try to edit, or for example you don't have the selections and the DSE, so you have to edit that here in the graph. Okay, so this is the graph of this TP100. So this is that point. So this is the point which is equivalent for your temperature rising. Okay, this is resistance or resistive. So from lower resistance to higher resistance, you can see the value of your temperature. Okay, so since I don't want to edit that one because it's already have installed from on sensor from the company side, so, I mean factory side. So let's go from here. So for example, we're going to do the actions for your temperature, winding temperatures is high, shutdown. Okay, so high, you have to check the tick box. Okay, enable that one, and then, or if you want like before it will shut down, you have the pre-alarm, you can check also that one. So you always refer to your what we call the temperature of that sensor, or what is your standard temperature for your engine. You have to relate that. You have to follow the manuals, what is the appropriate for your engine. Okay, so for example winding temperature. So if winding temperatures if exceed for like, for example, like 150 degree, it is already born, or 100 degrees Celsius. So in the safe side, so you are going to do like, for example, is 85 degree. So in order to identify if there is some high temperature, or in order to avoid your winding to be burned. Okay, once you set that 185, that is example, shutdown is the actions, and then for example here your pre-alarm, so you have going to change that one. Okay, so for example here, since you have 85 here shutdown, so just put this one as 80. So okay, so this one should be like 83. Okay, so you have still the gap between the two shutdown and the pre-alarm. Okay, so in here you have a lot of options, you can do it. Okay, not only this one, as I told you, you can apply it whatever the sensor you have, but make it sure that you have that manual, and in order to save it here. Okay, so now for example we have done this one. Just delete that and put it high winding. Okay, winding temp shutdown. So shutdown, you can put it abbreviations is like SD. Okay, that is shutdown. So this one will appear to your module when it reaches to 85 degrees Celsius your winding temperature. So first, it will give you pop up to your screen that there is a pre-alarm. It will give you warning if increases to 80 degrees Celsius, and pre-alarm trip if you have a trip functions of your breaker, so it will trip but it will not yet shut down. But if it is reached to this 85 degrees Celsius, automatically your engine will shut down and give you an alarm of high winding temperature shutdown. Okay, you understand, guys, again. So let's back again. So from the analog sensor or the analog inputs, we have the flexible E, which is internally programmed by the DSE. This is oil sensor. So if you are doing the wiring, so make it sure you can put this one as your oil sensor. So this is not a switch but a sensor which is given measures whatever the temperature or whatever the pressure of your engine. It's the different types of sensor we have. You can install it and make it sure it is applicable for your DSE. So next here, B. So this is the B. This is flexible B, which is internal program of temperature sensor. So temperature sensor, it is referred to your temperature of your engine. So you can install also this one, like resistive or voltage type, or what is this, pressure type. So just always refer to the module which you can select the sensor type which is there in the DSE. Okay, so you're able to apply it your sensor to the DSE. Okay, so always remind yourself that the sensor, if it's not selectable and flexible that you're going to install, just only edit the graph, so in order to match the program, so in order to work out your program. Okay, so next here is your flexible C, which is a fuel sensor. Okay, fuel sensor. So if you have in the base tank, you have to install the fuel sensor. You can also refer to the manual which sensor you are going to install. So you can, if you are going to buy, make it sure that it is also here. You can select in the module. It's in here, the lists of your module. So as I said, you can install it like voltage type, resistive type, and pressure type. Okay, so if you don't have again that sensor you're going to install which is not in the list of the module, so just edit the graph always, and always refer to the manual of that kind of sensor, so in order to work properly. Okay, so where you can find this flexible C settings. So we scroll it from here, you go from the engine side, and you can see here you have the fuel. Let's start again. Let's continue our topic. So in here you can select your type of a sensor. So here you can use it like video 180 ranges, 10 to 180. Just click that one, and if you have external tank and you have the fuel pump, check this one, but make it sure that in the program of your and the module you have these configurations and you have these options. Okay, let's talk about that in the next block. So in here, make it sure the monitoring of your fuel, make it sure the size of your tank. Okay, for example, your size of the tank is 1000 liters. So you can select here gallons or use gallons, liter. So it's in standard, we use it as a liter. Okay, so liter. And here make it sure that one to make it the exact reading of your sensor. Okay, so next, so in here you have the low fuel and you have the high. This is very important if you have the fuel pump or external fuel tank. Okay, in order to pump back the fuel to your base tank. Okay, so you have to check this one and you have to check this one. Okay, so you can adjust it. For example, you want like 15% of your fuel, and you can put it also delay, so in order to not shut down directly. Okay, or for example that one, that is your low fuel. So meaning if the low fuel is reached for 15%, that is given to you the fuel sensor, so you can understand that it is the fuel is very less, so I need to shut down in this amount of fuel. So when it is shut down, if you have the fuel pump, it will start pumping to your base tank. Okay, and in here, so at the high fuel, so for example you have like 95% of your fuel. Okay, because maybe it is overflow, or if you want, like you can put it like 99%. So just make it zero delay, so it's automatically shut down. But if you, for example, you put it 95, so you can put some delay, so in order to make it like 5 seconds, it will stop, so it is fully full your tank. So just estimate that one, so in order to not spill out or scatter your fuel. Okay, so you understand, guys. You have also here the high fuel level. Okay, this is the actions. So you have fuel level, so like you have to put it, because we have put it, so if you want here 100, so just make it this one 0 and put this one as 95. Okay, so 96, it's okay, enough for that. So in order to stop the pump, if you have pump, you have to configure this one. Okay, and then because the actions will shut down. Okay, now the question is how will it be maintain the generator not shut down? Okay, so if you have programmed this one, so make it enable this one, so you have already the pre-alarm, so just make it warning, so it will give this one pre-alarm. For example, you have like 15, so you just put it like this one 30%, and this one is 25. Oh no, this one is 30, so this is one is just put it 25, and this one is 20. 20, this one is 25. Okay, so here is your 100, and what happened, 100, and this one is your 95, and this one is your 98. Okay, so if you want to configure like that, that is correct, but make it sure this one is 0, so in order to stop your pump. Okay, now it's clear, guys, it is clear. So for example, you have reached this level 20%, so it is give you warning that you have a low fuel, and if you don't want to shut down your engine, just put it this one as warning. Okay, because you have a fuel pump to fill back the fuel in your base tank. But if you don't have the pump, just make it this one shut down, so it's not make you trouble when it is start, because sometimes if you did not make shutdown, this is warning, it will finish all your fuel to the tank, so the air catches and it is very difficult for you to start back your engine. You need to bleed, or you need to troubleshoot it, what will happen, why it's not starting. Okay, so next we're going to the, since this one is oil, so I will show you where is that oil you can config. Okay, so check this one. So always in the engine, so here, so in here, that oil you can set the parameters. Okay, you can adjust it here, just always repair to the what I said, the sensor, what type of sensors you have, and apply it here. Okay, so if it is current or voltage, resistive, you can select it here. Always repair here before you buy the sensor if it is in the search or in the lists. Okay, but if it's not, or you did not you buy directly and you did not inform that there is the lists here, it's okay, just edit the bar. Okay, from here you can, for example, this one you need like 1.3, it's enough, it's okay. So you have the return for 1.2, no, so if this is 1.3, so just put this one is 1.5, and this one is 1.8 or 9. Okay, so you can work on this sensor. Okay, so next we have here the temperature sensor, where we can configure this temperature sensor. So go again to the engine options, so engine, click the engine and find the temperature, so it's in here. So here you can configure that one, coolant temperature. Okay, so whatever the sensor you have to apply it here. Whatever the sensor you have to apply it here. Resistive, as I said, resistive, whatever. So check the lists. If you have, just click it and then apply whatever the temperatures, which is always refer to your manual. Okay, from ours we put it here 105 shutdown, and we have the 100 for your pre-alarm and 103 for the trip. Okay, because Perkins said it can run to 200 degrees Celsius, but that is not good enough to make your engine more lifespan. Okay, so we're done explaining also already this, and so this also I explained it to you already. So today guys, that we are done for the flexible sensor or the analog input configurations, and we'll go outside to explain it to you how to do it, that one, if it is possible to do it, that one, in the manual configurations. I hope you understand, and I hope you learn a lot from me, and let's talk about it at comment down below to the comment section area, and then don't forget to like and share and subscribe to my channel. So see you guys in my next vlog. Bless you. Bye bye.